Now to our other breaking story tonight, and that is the Michigan presidential recount. It is officially out of gas. A federal judge ruled Green Party candidate Jill Stein is not entitled to a recount. The Board of Canvassers will meet in the morning to make that official. We bring in Mara McDonald from downtown Detroit. Mara, I have to point out, however, Stein, I guess, still has, however long, still has a shot.
To call it the ultimate Hail Mary here, Devin, Stein has already appealed to the Michigan Supreme Court, but do not be surprised if that goes nowhere. And with these words, it's all over but the shouting. A federal judge says Jill Stein is not entitled to a recount in Michigan. Judge Goldsmith's order coming late tonight after the Michigan Court of Appeals and the Sixth Circuit Court of Appeals ruled yesterday. Now Stein's team has already appealed to the Michigan Supreme Court, but legal experts don't see any hope for Team Stein there. Quote, "We are deeply disappointed in Judge Goldsmith's ruling today, which gives deference to partisan state judges in Michigan who are attempting to block the state's recount simply because of the person who made the request." That's from the Stein legal team. She only got 1% of the vote in Michigan, and the Michigan Court of Appeals ruled someone who is the fourth place finisher cannot claim they've been harmed or lost by the result if they were never a contender in the first place. Attorney General Bill Schuette is the one who fought Stein at the Court of Appeals, along with a legal team representing President-elect Trump, who referred to the recount as a farce. Tonight, Schuette says, quote, "Our state of Michigan judicial system and the State Board of Canvassers protected Michigan taxpayers from a frivolous recount that would have cost millions of more tax dollars a day." Back here live, also important to point out that the judge said that there has been, at this point, absolutely no evidence of tampering or mistake. And Devin, Kimberly, Wisconsin is nearly 70% done with its recount at this point, and no appreciable difference in the ballots. Trump still leads there, and Pennsylvania has a court hearing on Friday to determine whether they will have a recount. Back to you.
Mara, do we have any idea what the final bill is going to look like on all this?
That isn't also a really big question here, Devin. All sorts of estimates being, thrown about out here tonight, but right now, no, nobody has any hard numbers. However, Stein has paid $973,000 for this recount. Any money over that will be the responsibility of the taxpayers of the state of Michigan.
One other matter here, Mara, and this is sort of the unintended part of what we found out here, though. This has exposed some pretty big problems with the inability of recounting a lot of votes.
Well, in the city of Detroit in particular, I think the percentage is that 60% of their votes could not be recounted. That doesn't mean that they aren't being counted in totality.
Right.
It means they can't be
their ability to be recounted. Yeah.
Because the totals don't match. It is. You and I could seriously talk about this for an hour. I'm sure nobody wants to hear it.
I'm not going anywhere. No.
but there are a variety of factors here. Detroit has the biggest problem with it. There are a lot of people who are pointing fingers at the clerk, but at the end of the day, it is the poll workers on the front lines who are doing this. Is that a training issue? Is that a what? Well, that's up for higher pay grades than mine to decide. But yeah. It has exposed problems here.
It sure has. It's given us a lot of homework, no doubt about it. All right, Mara.